Today might be the end of the WWE 2K23 and beyond community creations and the craziness that comes out with that game, including all of the most updated looking characters in the roster that you can get, because 1.21 added a mod block, anti-cheat, they call it, anti-cheat, which will block people from doing the mods, which had like multiple hair and different things that made it look very authentic to what they should be in the game. And they decided that they're going to nix that, get that out of there, and not let you mod the game on the PC. Now you can mod that. They would do, and then they would throw that on community creations. You could download all these crazy community creations and they would look fantastic. One of the big things that was happening with it was people were getting my faction stuff, modding it into the game, and then uploading on community creations. Now a lot of those have been blocked, or you couldn't use them, or there was things that were blocking it from happening. But that was one of the main reasons why they did the mod patch in 1.21, is because they didn't want to give the my faction stuff that let people mod that into the game, and they're trying to get people to play my faction and pay for it. This live service that we've been all talking about is this live game service, and they said, we don't want that. We want people to play my faction and unlock the characters. The great fix for that would be, if you don't want people to mod it in the game, well, when you actually get them in my faction, you can play with them in other modes. The big issue with that is they don't have everything done. Like entrances and stuff aren't actually in the my faction, so you can't actually get their entrances. They wouldn't have the update entrance, stuff like that. So it just wouldn't work, and there's things missing from it. So that's why you can't use the my faction outside of the my faction. Now going forward in the future, would that be something they could do? You get it in my faction, you could do it there. Sure, maybe that's something they would do, but they have yet to do that. But now they're just straight up banning mods. And this is something that I don't like from the WWE games, but it's the turn of the cycle of how gaming is going now with the WWE. They want people to spend money on the game. They're trying to get people to go into that pay service, so community creations is going to take a hit. For me, the way I see community creations is it is a way to hold over the game until the next year's game comes out. My faction, for me, wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go into my faction to try and unlock everything. That wouldn't be something that would be for me. But people that see this and they go, okay, community creations are there. I can go download a guy that looks just like the guy. Or let's say I want somebody in AEW. I can go download them. They look just like their AEW. I can play as them. But now with the mods, they won't let you have the most coolest looking authentic person in the game. The way mods are is that they actually find a workaround to get this to work with the game and the system. And it's a cool little way to support the game, even though you're not getting new content from the game. No official DLC. Now there is the My Faction stuff, but no official DLC is released. So you have these community creations where you go, okay, I can get the brand new attire from, let's say, Finn Balor that just happened on television, or whatever it may be. The Miz had this, or something went down with LA Knight, and I can get the brand new LA Knight attire from the pay-per-view and even get a arena that looks awesome. And with mods, you could do even some crazier stuff, and it would look even more realistic and more authentic. However, they decided to just kill the modding community, which is huge for this game, because literally every video game I know that has mods, and people use mods like this to keep improving the game and building upon it, that keeps the game going, and that keeps the franchise alive. You know that there's a limited amount of people that play the game. You get the launch period of the game, people drop off, and then you have a certain core, hardcore audience of the game. The hardcore audience that play this game would love for the PC modding community to mod the game and put those things out in community creations and play it and have everything that's awesome. But if you're going to take that away from everybody, that's going to take your hardcore audience. It's going to shrink it even smaller than what it is. And people are going to be very upset. And I know the people that are modding the game, they're probably going to find a workaround for it, or they're going to have some discussion with 2K somehow. I know that a lot of people try to talk in their Discord server and stuff like that. So maybe they'll see the feedback, the backlash and stuff like that, and they'll go, oh yeah, maybe we should change things. But you're going to see those modding people who go, it's just not worth my time. It's not worth my time trying to figure this out and making it work. If they're not even going to support it, why would I go and put in all my hard work to try and do that? Honestly, again, the lifeblood of this game is those people that are on community creations, keeping it going for so long. If they're going to switch the formula of the game going into next year's game and how it's going to work going into the future, the modding community is, I think they're going to be phased out if this is the way they want to go. I talked about it in a previous video where I talked about if this game shifted to a live game service, which is like, let's say you get one game like a Fortnite, but then there's updates you can pay for, and there's like a battle pass type thing. You can unlock stuff, attires, things like that. You can choose which characters you want to unlock, stuff like that. But that's all money that you have to spend on the game. And if that's something that they want people to spend their money on the game and keep supporting the game like that, they're going to kill the modding community in favor of this. And would that be good? Would that be bad? There's pros and cons to each side of it. But literally, the community creations has been like the lifeblood of this game. It literally kept it going for so many years. Not even just this game, but you look in the past, community creations has been like the main reason why this game has been awesome and why it's been carried on. And with the modding community coming in and supporting this game the way they did, saying, okay, we're going to give you some crazy cool stuff that you couldn't get anywhere else. Check it out right here. This is crazy. And people play it and they unlock it and they go in and they download it and they make YouTube videos on it, and people watch the YouTube videos and they go, oh, this is cool. I'll go download it. I'll jump on the game to play it. And that's all it is. You just want people to play your game. They put out the game. You want people to play it. And if you have the mods, people go check them out on the YouTube videos and say, oh, I see this cool mod. There's a sweet arena that got modded into the game, or whatever it may be. But if they completely crush the mods, people are not going to be able to go and do this cool stuff. And that's what it is. It's a video game. It's a crazy cool video game that people love. The WWE fan base is huge. The wrestling fan base is huge. And they just want to support this game if the game is supporting the community. Because it's got to go both ways. It really does. You can't have the community doing all the work and then the game says, we don't even like that. We hate that. And hopefully there's huge backlash for it. And they go, we don't like this. And people start getting in their ears, because that's what it's going to take for us as a community to come together and say, you know what? I don't like that there's not mods in the game. And they have to hear this and go, okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's come up to some solution. I know there's many games that have mods and they support them and they actually put them out on Steam, and there's like a whole modding thing. You can download them. And it's really, really cool and it's really awesome, and it keeps the game fresh and new and innovative. And then they even build on top of it. I mean, if you look at the way that video games have changed over the years from what it was to what it is now, mods have been a huge thing that keep games going. And the community creations for the WWE games is the number one thing. Even when you talk about the AEW game, everyone says, I want a community creations, because then you can download creations. And with the modding, you can make even sweeter creations. You can have the craziest thing ever. However, they want you to use that My Faction. They want you to unlock that stuff. They want you to pay for it. They want you to get in and spend your money on the game. And I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move for them. I don't know if that's a good move, if they're going to continue to push My Faction as their big thing going into next year's game, or they're going to go somewhere different with it. But honestly, losing goodwill with the community is not good. It's a move that I don't think they should have made. I mean, is it really hurting the game that much? Are you losing money from people modding this game that much? Is it really, like, if you look at it, right? If you look at it on like a scale here, you go, is it really tipping the scale that much where people go, I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see that the mods would kill it. If you embrace the mods and say, bring it on, see what you can make, and we'll support it. We'll put out some mod tools so you can actually make this game better. They could build the game even better in the future, because people go, oh, this mod's awesome. And then 2K could go, maybe we should put that in the game next year. Maybe we should throw a hotfix out and get that in the game. Something like that. You know, if they support it, the community will love them, and that's just something that I love. I don't know how the scale works with 2K and WWE and all this and the licensing from a character and the yada, yada, yada. It's a whole red tape kind of thing. So I don't know. Honestly, I would not lose the goodwill of the community, because that's the lifeblood of any video game. And if you lose them, if you lose the people that are doing community creations and the people that love playing this game, the people that want the hardcore fan base that stick with the game after all the shit's gone down, then that's where the game starts going down and the franchise starts going down and people don't like it. But we'll see. I need to know what you guys think, though. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited about no mods in the game? I don't know. I don't even said, are you excited? Because I can't imagine one person said this was a good move, right? On the gameplay side, saying that was a good move. No way. I do need to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, as always, I'm TonyPizzaGuy, and we'll see you in another video.